Hey there guys, this is Jamie from Yu-Gi-Oh! MTC. Before I get started on this video, let me stress, this is an unfinished deck profile. Okay, I'm going to say it again, unfinished. There's still cards to add and there's going to be some changes. Unfinished, guys. So don't be one of those dicks that comment below saying, oh, this is shit. It's unfinished, it's not, I'm still working on it. But I thought I'd just, bring out the deck profile. So I'm going to stress it one more time. Unfinished. Guys, unfinished, okay? Right, this is the lightsworn deck profile. Obviously, I've added my own little twist to it. First, we've got the 2 card troopers. I really like this card, and my lightsworn deck, what I'm making, is not solely based around your lightsworns ditching into the graveyard. That doesn't really matter. It solely is around having the lightsworns in the grave. So, it doesn't matter if what ditches it to the graveyard. So, we've got the card trooper. And then we've got 3 Necro Gardener. For me, I really like this card, Necro Gardener. He's easily ditched to the graveyard or used as a decoy, setting him in defense. They'll attack him, and then when he's in graveyard, you can negate an attack. I really like Necro Gardener, and I'm glad I got the playset. I'm just going to alter this camera to make it a little bit taller, guys. I haven't actually got my camera stand with me today, so this is kind of a botched job of tins. Right, that should do, guys. So yeah, there's the 3 Necro Gardener. I really like that. Okay, then we have 3 Thunder King Raz. Solely for the reason, this lightsworn deck, I do not focus on going into my deck and getting cards. That is not it. What my lightsworn deck focuses on is what's in my hand, on the field, and in the graveyard. The deck is just an extra. The deck's just, I don't dip into it at all. So Thunder King Ra in this deck just allows me to go, right, I'm not going in my deck, neither are you. And tested it out on Duelist Network, and 3 Thunder King Ras worked absolutely perfect. Okay, we've then got the Druid. I really like him. It basically stops your lightsworns being destroyed, and I really like it. And then obviously you ditch your cards. I did run him at 1, but I found I was never drawing him, and I were in so many situations when I was like, I wish I had this card. Put him up to 2, and I draw him more regularly. Well, that were a word fail, guys. Right, next we have 1 Gareth Lightsworn. I did in my old Lightsworn deck. I ran him at 3. But it's just not worth 3, and I find 1 you get his effect more often. We then have 2 Genis, Lightsworn Mender. This card basically just, I use it for life points mills and for me to gain life points. And it does actually do quite well in gaining me a lot of life points. If you guys didn't know, I did have a Lightsworn deck before, but I just didn't have the time and money to get a hold of the cards. But I recently bought a Right Yellowback pack box, opened it, check out the video, and I pulled so much Lightsworn things, and then I went out and traded some of the stuff from the box and got more Lightsworn, so I was able to make this Lightsworn deck. This is unfinished though, guys, and I still got a few cards to get. A lot of people run this card at 1, I'm running it at 3. I've got 2 on me, and I've got 1 in my folder, which is at my friend's house, and he's moving to Huddersfield today, so I'm going to have to go visit him and get it off him. But yeah, that's Stephen. He's moving to Huddersfield, guys. So if you live in Huddersfield, say hey. Got 2 Aaron. I'm gonna run it at 3. I really like Aaron. It's my favourite lightsworn. And we've then got 3 Jane. Personally, I think Jane's just a perfect beat stick and one of the best for ditching cards to the graveyard. Right then, we have a Lumina. Again, Lumina's one of those where I'm wanting another. Because she is that good, she deserves to have another. And she's semi-limited, but I really like her. Right, this is where a lot of people are going to be like, why are you running 3? I'm running 3 Wolf Lightsworn. That is because, yes, it does sometimes get 2 in your hand or 1 in your hand, which you don't want. But, I've got ways to get him to the graveyard, which is where I want him to be anyway, if he's not sent there with my effects. For example, I'm adding a Snipe Hunter, so if I pull a card like this in my hand where it's useless, I'll use Snipe Hunter's effect to get into the graveyard, and then Wolf's in the graveyard for Judgment Dragon. And obviously I've got the really good chance of popping some of my opponent's stuff. And then I've got 3 Judgment Dragon. Same again with Judgment Dragon. If I've got one in my hand and at that moment it's useless, or I've got 2 in my hand, Snipe Hunter, pop 1 to graveyard, and then I can just, you know, destroy some of my opponent's stuff and it's in the graveyard away from my hand, clogging up it. So yeah, that's why I'm running 3, and I find him more useful at 3. I have also got the gold rare Celestia, but that's in the folder as well, which I need to get. Okay, these are traps. Now don't focus so much on the traps. This is a really unfinished traps. We've got 2 light spirals. Going to be keeping 2. Might bump it up to 3. Glorious Illusion and a lightsworn barrier. That's the lightsworn traps. We've got a Liberty at Last. Basically, it just gets rid of opponent's monsters when one of yours is destroyed. Dark Bribe. Thinking about pumping this up to 2 or 3. Obviously, then I can negate lots of things, and it allows me to send possible dead draws or dead hands to the graveyard for a good effect. A Call of the Haunted, a Sakuretsu Armor, and a Bottomless Trap Hole. That is it for now. There's going to be a lot of changes to traps over the next few days, so don't focus so much on the traps. And for spells, I only have 1 at the moment, and that's Nightmare Steel Cage, and that's to just negate my, not negate, it's to stop my opponent from destroying my lightsworn so I can keep dishing to graveyard. That's been it, guys. That is that for so far. So remember, it's unfinished. Don't go ripping it until it's finished. Then you can rip it as much as you like, because I know it's a good deck. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment and subscribe.